Good evening. Good evening, everybody. It's me, Mitch, and Tuesday night live from Melbourne, Florida. Good to see you. Good to see you so far. You got a few people here, and it's cold. I'm sure it's not as cold here as it is where you are. It got up to upper 50s today, down into the 30s, mid 30s tonight. Wow. Another day or two of this, then it'll warm up. We're going to Kelsey's house a week from Friday, and I said, oh, God, I hope it isn't cold. So I looked at the 10-day weather forecast, and it's supposed to be low 70s during the day on that weekend. So that was a relief. I got some decaf here, so be my guest. Drink it if you got it. If you don't got it, you can watch me drink it. Cup says, I'm not arguing, I'm just explaining why I'm right. Ah, yes. Okay. Put the link in the pinned at the top of the chat for the for a panel, and I hope somebody comes in here to keep me some company tonight. And I just put it in the chat again. So there you go. There you go. And let's see who's here. Let's see who's here tonight on this cold Tuesday night. Mary M chimed in early, and so did Mike Seeley from Tampa. First one in. 6:30 p.m. Sandy Blythe. Hiya, Sandy. How you doing? And Mike Shilley here in Melbourne saying it's a cool evening. It's a cool evening now, and it's getting colder. It's getting colder. I hope you all had a nice day today, by the way. Jeannie is here, entered the studio. Hiya, Jeannie. How are you? I'll be with you in a few minutes. Chris Swain from Australia. Good morning. Good morning to you. Richard Williams is here from Copper Hill, Tennessee. Barry Smith, hiya, Barry, up there in frigid Boston and Massachusetts. Wow. It's got to be cold. It's got to be cold up there. Lucy Work, how you doing, Lucy? And Linda Flanagan, good evening. Good evening to you. Lambs is here. Not on the money tonight, Lambs, 6:52. Lori Weitzel. Hi, Lori. How you doing? And Cassie's here, carnivore farm mom with all the kids. How are you, Cassie? And then we have K-Day. And I think, well, you tell me if you can make sense out of this. The next few chats. I almost forgot to start the show because I was busy reading these, trying to figure them out. Mrs. Jenny, you're looking good. Okay. Okay. And then we have Francine Morshaw. Hi, Francine. How you? Good to see you up there in Montreal. Then we had Rick is here. I am rewiring my living room studio. Okay, so we may not see you tonight. Then K-Day comes back and says, question, Mrs. Mitch, if you don't mind, please inform us of all the weight stalls and loss with the process, please, with hubby included. Your video at the conference about his changes were so motivational. I think, my dear, you got the wrong guy. Other than that, there is no Mrs. Mitch. I'm an old bachelor. I never spoke at any conference with a Mrs. talking about weight loss stalls. So I think you're confusing me with somebody else, but that doesn't matter. You're welcome here too. Believe me, welcome here. You are welcome here. And she also says, so motivated, you and the hubby, that I became lion this week, carnivore. Well, me and my hubby are very happy that you're motivated, and I wish you the best of luck. Best of luck, but I think you've got me confused with somebody else. And Lori's, what are they? Deer and something else dancing. Okay. Mike from Canada. How you doing, Mike? Good to see you out there. Loretta Wallach's here. Hi, Loretta. How you doing? And Aaron is here. And damn, Lambs came back right at 7. Wow. On the money. Ed Kelly. Good evening, Eb and Running Chap 2. Good day, Mitch and Mitch Fitz, and we know who that is. And I think she snuck into the green room, unless there's another Gina I don't know about. And let me say a few more hellos, and then we'll get over to Jeannie. Brenda McIntyre. Hi, Brenda. How are you? How are you this evening? Rockin' Amy. Amy, how you doing? How you doing, sweetie? Good to see you. How's everything? And that's it. Mike from Canada is the last one. So without further ado, I invite some other people to join in tonight, and I will get started. So, Jeannie.
Hey, Mitch.
How are you?
I'm not too bad.
Good.
I didn't know you had a husband. Laurie will be very disappointed.
I know. Or that I was, and it would be bad enough if I had a husband, but I'll be damned if I'm going to be the missus in that relationship.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You're much too macho for that.
Oh, you know it. I just think she's got me confused with somebody. There's so many people out there on YouTube, and it's easy.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah. Well, I won't offend you, Mitch, because they're pushing through the hate speech laws here. So I'll be on my best behavior.
Okay. Speaking of hate speech, I got a couple of, one of the live streams, it was either Saturday or Thursday or something. I dropped a couple of F-bombs in context.
Oh, I saw that comment.
Yeah, in context, however, I dropped a couple of F-bombs. One, maybe. And basically all I said to somebody was, if somebody says this and that, I tell them to F off. That was it. That was the context of it. Well, I got that comment. That comment said to me as a cautionary comment that if you're trying to grow your channel, that's not a smart thing to do because you're going to offend so many. Is this the comment you read, or was there another one that I missed?
No, that's the one. Yeah.
And it was nice. It was respectful, but it was still written in a way where it was basically, you're sabotaging your channel. Well,
I don't think so.
How many subscribers does Joe Rogan have? 35 million, 50 million. Every other word out of his mouth is an F-bomb. He's himself. He's just himself. Yeah. People like people that are genuine. And I don't know too many people who never say that word. And if people are so hung up and so uptight about being so offended or outraged by a bad word, go away. I mean, I don't want you in my circle. I got nothing in common with you. I don't know who you're trying to impress out there in the world, but it ain't me. It isn't me. So I reserve the right, and I wanted to declare that tonight, Jeannie. I reserve the right to be a human being and be myself and use whatever language I want to, because I don't abuse it. I'm not foul mouthed all over the place. I don't even think that any word is really dirty.
Well, as you say, it's all in context. But my thing is, if that's what they're going to worry about in this world today, well, good luck to you. Go find a bigger problem. That's my response to that.
Well, I agree, and I never did like that. But I can understand people have sensibilities, and I respect that. But am I going to change myself to conform to their sensibilities? No. I don't owe them a thing. They're not conforming their behavior and their beliefs to conform with what I expect them to believe. But you know that's not true. You're going to vote the way I tell you to vote. You're going to give up your religion and be an atheist. Are you going to do all these other things that you believe that I don't believe, and you'd give them up for me because I tell you that they offend me? When any TV show you turn on network TV now usually drops a couple of F-bombs, especially police shows and things like that. Comedians especially. Wow, comedians are nuts. Yeah. So sorry, Cream Puff, if you're offended, you have all the power to not watch me. And if you think that what I'm putting out there is so valuable that you don't want to miss it, then sorry. You can't expect me to change. And I don't care that much about 1 or 2 subscribers. That I think I would probably, if I put out a show each week, Mitch Unfiltered or Mitch Raw.
Yeah, Mitch Raw.
It's raw Mitch, and I just went off. I went off not just a rant, but a real rant, a sailor rant, with salty language. I'd probably gain more subscribers than I do now.
You probably would. I mean, I'd enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's not like if you're calling them an effing C directly, that's different. But you are not doing that. You cannot live in this world and escape swear words. Like, once again,
not only that, but who is it that decides that a certain combination of letters is a mortal sin, but change one letter in it, and it's okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
If you've ever watched, you can say to somebody, mind your own friggin' business. Nobody gets offended at friggin', do they?
No, exactly.
No, and on Battlestar Galactica, the TV show, remember that? Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
They used fracking. They said fracking. Mind your fracking. Every other word of that amount is frack this, frack that, frack you, frack, frack, frack.
Yeah.
I mean, it must have said it 200 times in every show. And nobody said that's offensive. Well, isn't it? I mean, there's enough rules that we have to abide by in our life. Isn't it silly?
Yeah. And that's right. It's just letters. Like that fracking obviously means the same thing, right? The intent is the same. But because it's now F-U-C-K, it's suddenly, oh, you can't say that.
You can't even spell it, man. Shame on you. Shame on you. And here's Barry Simon to tell you just how offended he is.
Oh, I find him very offensive.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, and what the frack do you want?
What did I get myself into?
Fracking mess.
Fracking mess. You know, that's such a great subject to point out the absurdity of how easy people go 100 miles out of their way to be offended so they can act offended. I don't get it.
It's crazy.
I don't get it. How you doing, Barry?
All right, hanging in there to 2 days of plowing, shoveling, trudging through 2 feet of snow.
You need one of these.
I got one of those.
Oh, do you? Okay. then you need to do this.
I had a full mask. I had goggles on. Everything was covered because the wind chill is below zero. So
just call me Kenny. Call me Kenny.
We killed Kenny, you bastard.
I'll tell you.
I can't imagine because it's quite warm here where I am in Australia, so I can't imagine.
Down there, of course.
Send it this way, Jeannie.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll grant you 3 wishes.
You'll get yours in a few months. And here, speaking of another country, is Gary. Hey,
how far are you, Mitch?
How you doing?
Doing good. How about yourself?
If I was any better, it'd be illegal. I am so looking forward to next week, a week from Friday. Man, that's it. Drink to that. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a challenge for me to go through all that driving and moving around and everything. But
me too. I gotta leave Thursday night and basically drive right to there.
Oh wow! So you're gonna come down 75?
95? Then
95 to where?
I don't know. Into Florida, and then whatever the GPS tells me, Mitch.
Oh, okay, yeah. Follow the GPS because the problem with Florida is there's never any way to get from here to there without going up and over and down and around because 95 goes down the East Coast, 75 goes straight through the center and then down towards the West Coast, and nothing really across the middle. So if you come down
75,
if you come down 95, what a lot of people do is they come down 95 to I think Route 10, shoot over Route 10 west to 75, and then down through Atlanta. But there's probably a better way to go, and the GPS will route you the best way. But
depending on my arrival time, I have a friend who's at Hernando Beach. If you know where that is.
Well, I think Hernando Beach.
Yeah, it's like an hour north of Tampa.
Oh,
he's got a house on the Intercoastal Waterway.
Oh, but he's on the West Coast.
Yeah, the West Coast.
Yeah, you probably won't be going too near him. It'll probably be a little jog out of the way to get to him. You'd have to probably go 30 miles off the highway to the west to get to the beach. Let me look it up.
Well, I might, if I'm making good time and visit for him for several hours before I got to get down to Sarasota.
Great. Hernando Beach. Where the hell is it? There's a map. It is, it's up north of Newport Richey. 75 is going to be quite a ways inland from there. No, not that bad. Not that bad. It'd be a little bit of a detour.
He's not far. His house is on the Intercoastal Waterway, not far from the Gulf Coast entrance.
I'm looking at the map here, and it's over there near the Gulf. But that puts you directly north of Tampa, and to get from there to Sarasota,
like 2 hours or so.
Yeah, because you have to pretty well drive that 30 miles back to the east to get to the interstate again, and then go down to get around Tampa on the interstate. Because if you try to get down to Sarasota by going along the coast, following the coast and going down US 19, let's say, you're going to be nonstop traffic. It'll take you 4 hours by the time you get there. All stop and go traffic and everything through all these St. Petersburg and Clearwater and Tampa and Newport Richey, and then you finally get up there. And then so shoot back over the interstate. Again, Google will probably tell you how to do it. So don't listen to Mitch. Listen to Mr. Google. Yeah.
So it might look a little rough when I arrive after being up all night driving. Well, I'm going with my son. Hopefully he'll do a lot of the driving, but we're both going to be kind of tired.
Well, I'll probably look a little rough too after a 3.5 hour drive for me. I hope I'm up to it. You know, I the most important thing for me is not overdo it, to be careful. I don't know whether I'm going to try to drive back home again after the dinner on Saturday, or whether I'll be beat by then and maybe should stay over and then drive back on Sunday. I don't know. I play by ear, but
same here.
Yeah. I hate to stay at that hotel there where the event is in Tampa, because it's $250, $300.
I stayed there last year, Mitch.
How much did you pay? That's where I met you.
Yeah, it was around 230 to 250.
Yeah, something like that. But I'll be getting, I won't need the room until the night. I'll be pulling out first thing in the morning. Yeah. It's a hell of a lot to, just to sleep. So I don't know. The other thing I could do, I hate to, is maybe I'm going to be staying at Kiltz's house on a Friday night. So it might be easier for me, I have to talk to Kiltzy about this, to ride up to the event with him from Sarasota, leave my car at Kiltz's house, and then after the event in Tampa, go back home with him to Sarasota, spend the night again, and then leave out Sunday morning, fresh. It's either way you look at it, it's pretty much the same amount of driving, because it's an hour and a half from Kiltz's to Tampa, and then the rest of it home. So it's still 3.5, 4 hour drive all totaled up. So it doesn't matter. So we'll see. I have to talk to Kiltzy about it. See if he can put up with me for
2 nights with kilts.
Yeah, either that or we'll be the cats and dogs.
It's probably better starting off when you're fresh, Mitch.
Yeah, I think so. Well, normally, if I was in a pre-stroke mode like I was, I could go for days and be on my feet and walk, 30 miles and not eat, and fasted. I never ran out of energy, but this has devastated me, and I have to be very careful. The probably slowest thing to come back and may turn into a permanent type of disability is a lack of the balance I used to have. I just had to be so deliberate. My balance is shot. It's such a fine motor skill to balance, requires such fine motor muscle movements that that's the kind of thing that's most affected by stroke. And whatever stroke I had just really hit my balance. So
Mitch, have you increased the use of the vibration plate?
I get on it a couple times a week. I don't notice much difference. I don't think that helps balance. I think that helps muscle tone.
Do it for 10 minutes every day in the morning. One of the
Right.
first things to do.
I'll
Try it
try
for
it.
10 minutes a day.
Let me
See
put
how
a
it
sign.
affects you during the day.
Let me put
What's
a big
that?
sign up. I'm going to put a big sign up. Barry told me I have to, and I'll put it up there.
No, no, I think you'll benefit. Twice a week, you won't get much benefit from that.
Okay, I'll try it. I'll try it. It's no big deal. 10 minutes of this and that. I got plenty of time for that. But then my balance is getting better. But you still, it's such an effort to keep moving. You know, it's just not there anymore. Not the energy I used to have. I hope it might come back. I have to talk to Nelson. Of course, Nelson had a stroke, what, 6-7 years ago? And he still tells me there's things that haven't recovered, but by and large, he's pretty well recovered. With me, it's been less than a year. And I see a little less fear of losing my balance. I usually get through the whole day without any support or without a cane, but I really think that even though I may be a little embarrassed by it, I believe that when I do get to the hotel in Tampa, I ought to, and I have things to carry, I probably ought to push the walker and use it as like a cart to in front of me, because that makes it much easier to walk. It saves your strength because you don't have to balance as much. I also, the flip side of that is a walker at a health seminar seems kind of counterproductive.
Better safe than sorry.
I hope, I imagine people will probably understand. I don't know. It depends on, since I don't have a handicap sticker and refuse to get one for my car, I may have to park far enough away where it would be stupid of me to try to get to the hotel without the walker, relying on my balance and just the cane. So I'll play it by ear. I carry one in the back of the truck. But if Kiltsy drives me to Tampa, then everything's fine. You know, he dropped me off at the front door, go park the car. I'm ambulatory enough where, unless I got real challenges, you know, it's not a problem. I walk. I go to the supermarket now. I ran over to Aldi's the other day. You know, I ran out of pork rinds, and I didn't want to order from Sam's yet, so I went over to Aldi's and got a couple bags. I use that. I view that as an opportunity to exercise and move around a little bit. So that won't be a problem. The drive probably isn't going to be a problem. I drive to my dentist in Orlando. By the time I get there, get my teeth cleaned, and get back, it's 4 hours total. So, and I never stop. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see.
You'll be catching iguanas before you know it, Mitch.
I
You'll be right.
didn't catch iguanas when I was healthy, so no problem.
That's only if Rick brings him on the trip to Kilts.
I couldn't imagine eating an iguana, actually.
Well, it's just
Anyway.
meat. It's meat like chicken's meat, you know? I mean, what's the
I guess
difference?
so.
What's the difference? If it's meaty, it tastes like chicken, they say.
It's
So,
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
suppose so.
It's not only an acquired taste, and it's an acquired chase.
Acquired chase. Yeah. Cassie says, Mitch, you survived. You're doing incredible. Please take your walker. It's a good way to pick up chicks. Yeah,
Ladies.
that's great. Okay, lady. Can I give you a ride, my dear?
You can have a sidewalker.
What kind of chicks can I pick up with that?
Slow ones.
Maybe if I painted my walker like candy apple red and put exhaust pipes on it, I could go cruising at the old age home. Yeah, that's a scary thought. Loretta says, let me get this. I see another question here. Here it is. We're talking about my poor Mitch. Poor Mitch. Everybody feels sorry for me. Strolly makes a stability cart that might be a good option for trips, even a supermarket. It's a walker shopping cart. We got one with a bag. I don't have a need for that. Yeah, I've seen those. Those are great. Those are really great, except that I really, honest to God, don't need a shopping cart. I don't, because I drive. You know, it's not like I have to walk to the grocery store and walk all the groceries home. If I'm going to get a big load of stuff in a grocery store, I'll use one of their carts, use it as a walker, and then put the stuff in my car and drive home. So I got enough walkers and wheelchairs and canes to fill up a used handicap equipment store. I'm fighting the urge to buy any new ones. I got 3 walkers now, roller walkers, and 2 regular walkers with 4 legs. I got 2 Hemi walkers, which are half walkers, and 2 wheelchairs. I've graduated. It's like when you grow up and you can look back at all your old clothes, you know. I look back at all the old stuff that I used to use. I started at my house here pretty much wheelchair bound. I rolled around the house everywhere. And I had a walker at the bathroom door of my 2 bathrooms that I use. And I'd wheel a wheelchair up to that. I pull myself out of the wheelchair and then up to the walker, and then I'd scoot across to the toilet and then scoot back to the wheelchair, sit down, and then roll to her. That went on for a month or 2. Then I put the wheelchairs away and just used I got the walkers with the wheels on them, the rollators. And I used them for a while. And then I started with what they call a Hemi walker. Anyway, it's crazy. I'll probably just give all that shit away, but I'm afraid to. The minute I give it all away, something will happen. Something stupid, like I get an ingrown toenail and can't walk. You know, so need a cane again or a crutch again. So the only thing I don't have here is crutches. And I don't ever need them. So what's new with all of you? And is there anybody else that would like to come in and talk with us for a while? We have a half an hour left tonight. Anybody? Bueller?
I'd love to be able to go to one of these meetups. I mean, I've met Dave Mack and DC Rebuilding, which was awesome.
Where'd you meet Dave Mack? He lives in Japan.
No, he was over here in Australia last year or the year before. So I met them both, which was great. It's
great meeting these people. It really is.
Yeah.
Really is. Yeah. Yeah. And not just the names, not the celebrities, just meeting anybody who's involved in this thing. You know, I'm looking forward to meeting Gary and Rick. Looking forward to meeting Rick.
Yeah. I'd come up to Nick's knee, I think.
Yeah. And both Mike Seeley's senior and junior are going to be there because they never miss an opportunity for a meetup here in Florida. But always great company, great guys, both of them. I'm looking forward to them. And Kiltsey, and who else is going to? Avadia is going to be there. But I got them email. Did you get that email from Alia that talked about it? Let me go ahead and pull that up here. It would be Gmail and Alia Wells. Okay, here it is. Date Saturday. Event schedule. Here it is. Event schedule. This is on Saturday at the hotel. 10 to 10:15, welcome and introduction, Dr. Robert Kiltz. 10:15 to 10:25. Movement session, Susie March, 5 to 10 minutes. 10:30 to 10:45. Carnivore MS story, Diane Ladd. I think most people.
From my neck of the woods.
Yeah, most people heard of hers. 10:45 to 11, old guy carnivore, Mitch.
Woohoo.
15 minutes. Last time I spoke, they gave me 5 minutes last year. So this year I got 15 minutes. Following me at 11 o'clock are Rachel and Joe, 2 crazy ketos. You remember them? You ever see them? No. I mean, they're huge in the keto community, but you don't see much of them in the carnivore community, but they're going to be there. Two Crazy, Rachel and Joe, Two Crazy Ketos. At 11:25, Adam Lacey, who is Curry Mann's partner in the Healing Humanity, is going to be there. At 11:50 to 12:15, and I'm really looking forward to meeting her, is what it means to be a Kilts health coach with Juliet Edens. Juliet, you here tonight? Yes,
She's
you
lovely.
are. Yes, you are. How you doing, Juliet? I'm really looking forward to meeting you. Promise me you won't try to run away because I can't run too fast right now. Although I don't know how fast I can run. Maybe with that walker, I could stick my knee up on it and use it like a skateboard. Maybe. I don't know. Might be a good idea. And anyway, I'm really looking forward to meeting you, Julia. And then after lunch, we have Jenny Middich, Susie Bashoff. We have, they're going to do some Kilt health coaching certification on becoming a coach with Dr. Robert Kiltz and Dr. Nelson. At 2:00, we have Heart Surgeon's Perspective, Dr. Philip Ovadia. And then from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m., we all get up on stage and we have a panel and answer questions from the audience. Then ends at 3. We adjourn to the Tura Gaucha Brazilian Steakhouse around the corner from the hotel, and we eat dinner from 4 to 6. It's going to be a great, great afternoon for any of you that can come. And if you can come to Kiltsy's the night before for the barbecue, I'm telling you, you will not regret it. So I'm really looking forward to that. I actually got my name in writing, which made me feel real good. I don't have any idea what I'm going to talk about yet, or what I'm going to. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Probably do like I do most of the time, and have no preconceived idea what at all what I'm going to say. Just get up there and get a feel for the room and start talking, and they'll probably have to get out the hook and drag me off the stage at 15
Probably.
minutes. Yeah. Very excited for Mitch and those attending, says Lori. Lori, I wish you could be there.
So I heard Kilty mention there's going to be 100 people at the convention and 70 at his barbecue. So basically everyone's going to be a VIP, right?
Yeah, mostly because the VIP was only like $250, and I think the regular thing is $100 and something. So everybody thought, well, you may as well go to Kiltz's house. We'll see. It's not going to be nearly as many people as last year, because last year the event was really co-sponsored by Curry, Healing Humanity.
As I say, the VIP seating is going to be full, huh?
I guess. I imagine, although she did still say that there were tickets today, but you know how I feel about that VIP stuff. You know, if people need to feel important, that's fine. But I don't particularly care if I just want them to treat me decently wherever I go. You know, I don't need to be flying first class when I fly. I would just like to not have to sit next to somebody like 600-pound girl with her companion dog in her lap, sitting, you know, falling over the seat into my seat. That's all I want. I want it just to.
I can't bring a cat.
I don't think you can. Well, you're not flying. You can drive. You drive. Yeah, you want to drive with your cat? Get off of me! Get off of me! Yeah. Got to perch on your head there. Scratch your eyes out. Peter is in the chat. I'm listening while at work. Well, good evening, Peter. How are you? And Spanky's here tonight at the Spanky Vulcan 65. It's Spanky by any other name is the same Spanky. We found that out last time. Lizzie. Hi, Lizzie. How you doing? Good to see you. Who else have I missed? CB Carmack. Always great. Hi, CB. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. Always a pleasure. I don't see Greg Smith yet in here. Of course, I haven't been paying much attention to the chat. Weekend runner. So, Jeannie, what time is it over there?
It's 11:38 in the morning.
Oh, okay. So
Once again in the future.
So it's probably warm by now.
It is outside. My unit keeps the warm out. Oh, it'll be really tough here in winter, but it's cool in summer, so that's good.
Yeah, Amy says to me, "Who cares what people think, Mitch? Don't even worry about that." No, I'm not really worried about it. I'm just, you can't help, because we associate these walking aids with infirmity, and I don't even feel like I'm at all disabled or handicapped. I'm recovering. The same as I'd have to recover if I broke both my legs and they put me in a body cast. I'd be just as immobile, and I have to do physical therapy afterwards to build the muscles back up. So I don't, even though people, when they see me walking, would feel sorry for me or something, saying that poor old man, look at him, he's having trouble walking. I don't feel that way about myself. I feel the same inside. I feel just the same as I always did, energy and everything else. And I don't care that I'm almost 79 years old. That doesn't even come into my mind. You know, I keep making plans for the future. I was wondering today, I got up, I'm sitting out there, I'm thinking, at what point in life, how old does the average person get when he basically stops planning for the future and just starts living each day one at a time? It's got to happen to you at a certain point in your life where you're not thinking that, well, maybe in a couple of years I'll move out of this community and buy a regular house with a garage and that kind of stuff. You know, I always think that way. I don't consider this my final stop where I live now in life. It's convenient for the situation I'm in now, but it may not be. Something may happen, and I may want to get a few acres out in the country, away from everybody. Put a little house on it. Get away from the people with the noisy cars and loud music, which I still hear here. I got a woman right across the street from me, behind me, who plays the friggin' drum. There, I said it, friggin'. Plays the friggin' drums. This woman is like 65 years old, and every day, starting at 4 o'clock, she bangs on these drums to music and does it for 2 hours every day. And all you hear of all that drumming is the bass. Boom, 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 boom. And if I want to be sitting out on my porch, I got to put up with that. Now, how many retirement communities do you think have people that play the drums in their house, real drums, banging on them every day for a couple hours? How many? Even if 1 out of 100 communities has got a drummer, what are the odds that drummer would live right next to you? Well, that's my luck in life. My luck is wherever the noise is, wherever the disturbance is, wherever the annoying people are, somehow they will manage to situate themselves as physically close to me as possible, so as I will get maximum annoyment out of it. Same thing in restaurants. I could be in a 500-seat restaurant and be the only one in there, at a table all by myself off to the corner. And if a family with 5 obnoxious children comes in, they will sit them right next to me, as close as they can get. People wouldn't go. They used to not want to go out to eat with me. because they know that wherever they see me will be the most annoying place in the restaurant. If there's people bring dogs into the restaurant, the dogs will find a way to me. If people are going to change babies on the seat at their table and play with dirty diapers there in a fine dining restaurant where people are trying to eat, it will be right next to me, as close to me. And everybody marvels at it. And they don't believe when I say, you see those people that they're coming in the door with those loud screaming kids and babies? They're going to seat them right there and come right up to them. And I say, why? Why? I must have done something. Is that karma? Did I really piss somebody off sometime and I'm getting paid back for it? I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It's hard to say, but I know what you mean. I don't think dogs belong in cafes or restaurants. It's like, no. Take them
Mitch,
to
have
the
you
dog
ever,
park.
excuse me, Jenny, Mitch, have you ever spoken with, I'd be real curious, a 65-year-old woman playing the drums. First of all, what music is she playing drums to? I've got to see her playing the drums because I'm curious.
I have talked
Go
to
over
her.
there and see what the heck she's doing.
No, I don't want to do that. I have talked to her. I have when I used to walk all around every day, go for a walk. I would always walk. She was right behind me. I would always walk by her house at one point, and I saw her a couple of times, and I commented, and I didn't say anything. I didn't say like, your drums are annoying as hell. I didn't say that. I figured, I'll put up with it. There was nothing about her in personality or appearance that would attract me in any way, shape, or form. But I was cordial to her. She was younger than me, but she has a daughter, an older daughter, living with her too, who obviously can't afford to live on her own. And her daughter also plays the drums. So I got two of them there, take shifts on the drums. And it's impossible to tell what kind of music they're playing because all I hear is the bass drum. That's all.
At least it's not late at night. It could be worse.
Oh, of course it could be worse. And I'm sitting here in my house. And here's the thing. I'm sitting in my house with a stereo, with a sound system that I've had for 30 years, maybe. It's got definitive technology BP 3000 speakers. Now, that doesn't mean anything to anybody. You know what a Def Tech? They don't make the 3000 BP. They don't make any speakers that big anymore. These towers sit on the floor. They're 6 foot tall. They have 6 drivers in the top and 2 18-inch subwoofers side firing in both of these towers. Each one of those side firing subs has a 1,000 watt dedicated amplifier just for the subwoofers. They will shake the foundations of a house, this sound system. I'm afraid if I turned it up all the way, my roof would fall in. It's violently loud. Now, there was a couple of times when I lived in a house before I moved out of Orlando that I lived next door to this real a-hole with two teenage kids that always played all kinds of crap music, blaring outside by their pool, and never gave me a minute's peace until the day that I dragged one of the speakers out onto my back porch and put on there the most annoying sounding progressive jazz that was hard to listen to, and turned it up all the way and just left it on. And amazingly, after that, I never heard they never played the music outside again. We wouldn't talk to each other but I have the means here to absolutely aggravate all the neighbors with noise like they've never heard before. But I don't want to do that. I figure these are nice people. Why do I want to start a war with these people? One time I did it though, because we had words about it. I talked to him about it. He told me to F off, basically. And he wasn't, these kids could do whatever they want. And I said, okay, so can I.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to do that. That's why I'm so against conflict. I've had way too much of that kind of stuff in my life. Conflict with people that are just annoying and miserable and think they have the right to ruin your life with constant noise. Barking dogs is one of my real pet
Oh,
peeves.
yeah, yeah.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
My
That was a
neighbor,
smart thing to do.
my neighbor has a dog that she's had for a couple of years now, and from the moment she lets the dog out until the moment the dog goes in, just barks constantly. At what? I have no idea. There are rabbits in the area, but it just barks, barks, barks. I got to I just confronted her. I said, listen, especially like 7 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock at night, if she's had cancer, she's had some physical issues. I said, Kathy, I'll walk the dog. This is a type of dog that if you don't let the dog go and run, it's just all that pent up and will just go crazy. So I'll walk the dog if you want me to, just to get some energy out of it, release it. But she doesn't walk the dog. She's never asked me to walk the dog.
Wow.
And it's, but at least after I confronted her, the dog will go out for maybe like once a day, twice, very middle of the day. But I never hear the dog at night, and I never hear the dog first thing in the morning. She doesn't do that anymore.
Well, that's the problem. If you have a dog, you gotta let the dog get some fresh air once in a while, and dogs are going to bark.
Yep.
It's just the way it is. I put up with all the dogs. If people let the dogs out, let them out for 5-10 minutes, dog does its business and whatever. If they're not allowed to let dogs out without a leash here, but there's a lot of houses that have a screen porch on the front of their house, which is right across from my house, and they put this little yippy dog out on the screen porch. It sits there and barks at everything that goes by. But they're nice people. They're great people, and they know that they don't want a dog barking across from their house when they're trying to relax. So I hear 5 minutes worth of barking, and then they bring it in, and that's fine. That's fine. And I never got into blows with those people or any argument or anything. You got to put up with some of it. You can't be that much of a.
That would be fine, Mitch, if it wasn't 30 minutes.
Oh, I've had
40 minutes.
I've had them all day. I lived in one house. In fact, there was a house next door to the teenagers with the loud music outside. That was on one side of me. 2 houses on the other side was I think it was a dentist, and he had 2 dogs, and he let them out all day in the screen enclosure behind his house. He just put them out in the morning when he went to work, and they stood out there all day, barking their asses off every day. That's all you heard. Loud music from this side of me, barking dogs from that side of me, and I'm cleaning my guns in the house there.
Have to deal with occasional F-bomb being dropped out of nowhere from the golf course.
And or what are you going to do?
Obnoxious cheering because they made a putt from 20 inches.
Oh, yeah. Well, people
they're relieving themselves on the edge of the green. I'm like, really? I'm sitting out here overlooking, and you just got to sit there, and you just passed the clubhouse. You couldn't go there.
Probably on his 5th or 6th beer. That's probably why.
Oh my God.
That's why I was fantasizing about having a couple acres out in the woods somewhere where you didn't have direct line of sight to another human being.
Why don't you go live with Rick? Live with him on his property, Mitch.
Rick's property is smaller than my property.
Okay.
Rick's property is basically a lot in a subdivision.
Oh, is it that small?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
right, okay.
Yeah. And
right, okay.
no, I don't think Rick wants anybody to live with him, to tell you the truth, especially me. Especially me.
I think Milton would drive you nuts
I've been living by myself for so long.
Yeah.
You get to a certain age, and if you're a certain type of personality, I relish my freedom. I relish my lack of responsibility for the happiness of any other single human being. No matter how
Yeah,
much I
almost the
might
same.
love them, no matter how much, I don't want my kids living with me. I don't want to live with my kids either. The last thing I would ever want to do is live with my kids. I don't care if they said, Dad, we built a wing on the house for you. I say, no, thank you. I'll stay where I am, because unless I need them, because I've gotten feeble or injured or something where I actually need some care from somebody, I don't want to rely on anybody. I don't want to have to worry about anybody else's activities, anybody else's coming and goings. And there's a lot of people like me when you get older.
Yeah, I'm only 61 and I'm exactly like that. I don't think I could live with anyone ever again. Yeah.
No, I mean, I could, if the opportunity presented itself, I could have a social life. I could have a girlfriend. I could date. I could do all that stuff. I just, when we're done, go home. And I'm going to go home to my house. And I'm not going to see you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
I did that. I did that for 40 years. And then spent 20 years being accused of every bad thing that a man could ever do to a woman by this lunatic I was married to. So I'm gun shy now. Hell, talk about PTSD.
Yep.
DS111 says, my new neighbor started playing that stupid bebop Spanish music. You mean hip hop? I think you mean hip hop. Spanish, my speaker right by their open bedroom window in our apartment building. I immediately shut that down and knocked on their door. Yeah. I could never live in an apartment building. I'm sorry. Where you have to park in a parking space out in a parking lot and walk upstairs. I suppose I could live in it, but I don't. Last time I lived in an apartment building like that is in 1970, when I first moved to Florida and got out of the Army. Until we bought a house, we lived in an apartment for a while. I hated it. The walls were like paper thin. Everybody was always playing loud music and banging and fighting and arguing and throwing things, and not me. I'd rather be homeless sleeping in my car, way out in the corner of a Walmart parking lot where I wasn't next door to anybody. I'd be happier there. Be happier. Oh, well. Well, listen, nobody else is going to come in and join us. I'll break it here. I need to be live on the ground level so I can bring up my engine in my home. I need to live on the ground level so I can bring my engine up. I can understand that. Lawyer Weiss, I'm not the apartment building type either, but I've been here a long time. It's quiet though. Well, if you can get a decent apartment, it doesn't matter. It's all the external things you got to put up with that scare me, or the anticipation of when's, it's quiet now, but what happens in a half an hour? Am I going to be annoyed? I don't want to be one of these people that has to walk around. If you were deaf, if you were hard of hearing, it'd be okay. But I have incredibly, for some strange reason, still at this age, incredibly acute hearing. And I would have to wear some kind of earplugs, noise canceling earplugs with some kind of noise going on, like white noise or music or something going on. I have to play white noise at night so I can sleep. I can't sleep with a room that's deathly quiet, where I can hear an ant walking across the floor. It's crazy. Who else is here? I think I managed to say hi to everybody that I saw so far. Patty Beavis is here. How you doing? My dog's snoring bothers me. Oh, yeah. That's why I don't have a dog. No dog, no cats, no pets.
Yep. Nothing to worry about. Yep.
And I'm lucky I got no rats or mice to make noise, so I'm okay. Occasionally I might hear a squirrel jumps up on the metal roof and scampers across the metal roof. I thought I could hear, but Generally not at night, so it's okay. Well, listen, everybody, it's coming up on 8 o'clock, and I think that'll probably do it. I will be back again tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. after Kelsey. We'll do the morning coffee, and then Thursday night again. I'm thinking after that little comment that I got about my language, and you guys tell me if you think it's a good or a bad idea. I'm not getting the flood of people that want to come on the panel with me. You can see that, I usually have to pull hair to get 3 or 4 people in here, and I'm doing it 3 times a week. And maybe I'm overdoing it. So I was thinking, not to seem too fickle, but everything I've been doing lately, juggling the schedules, has been an experiment and see what happens. I'm thinking of taking Thursday night and going back to a private community stream. Don't get nearly as much traffic, but what I do get is the freedom to say whatever I want and be what I want. And the people that come for that, they like that. They love it. The fact that we can all let our hair down and curse if we want to curse. And it's not a public live stream, and anybody who's offended is probably not a channel member. So I may do that. I won't do it this week, but we'll talk more about it. But I miss that part of it, Barry. You know what I mean, Barry? I miss the aspect, I miss the freedom of sitting down with my friends. It's like having an open house for the world, or just for your best friends. I'm not concerned about any revenue from it, or ad, or number of views, or nothing. But when we do get panels, it feels more like the inner circle, and nobody's afraid to say what they want to say for fear they might offend somebody, because who's watching, and nobody can see it other than the private community side. I won't do it Thursday, but I'll talk about it Thursday, and maybe next Thursday we'll go back to the private community thing, because that was the most enjoyable evening live stream, or an enjoyable live stream for me of all the live streams. More enjoyable than the morning coffee, more enjoyable than the open panels. I like to be inclusive, but if I'm doing 6 live streams a week, I don't think it's too exclusive to make one of them for the channel members. And many people are still channel members. People didn't bail out on it. So let's do that.
At 7 o'clock, I'm working out. Well,
yeah, 7 o'clock.
All
Fine.
across
Another thing about Thursday night is, if it's a private community live stream at 7 o'clock, nobody cares about Curry. Nobody, and Curry's comes on at 7 too. So I basically have to compete with him. Yeah. But I'm not going to have to compete with my channel members. They're not interested in Curry. They'd rather, I'd imagine they've all told me, or many of them have told me, that we don't care about Curry. We're here for the private community,
Well, so, Mitch, just so you know, last week I was looking at the numbers between the 2 streams, and you were like 15 viewers apart. That was it on YouTube. 15.
Me and Curry?
Yeah, total. He was 15 minutes. 15 people more in his, which you were over 100. He was like 115-ish. So it was really not much difference. Yeah. So you're still you're getting people, and he's getting people, which is good.
Yeah, and I never let it bother me, but I keep telling everybody that this changes as my life changes. A lot of times, as I see that this is working, that's working, this isn't working, that isn't working. So we'll see. This Thursday, we'll keep it open to everybody, and probably next Thursday I might go back to the private community for a while. And if that doesn't work, we'll go back to this way, or do away with one of them. I don't care. It's not that big a deal. It's not affecting people's lives that much. Well, thanks for coming in, guys. I really appreciate it. Let me play a little happy music, and everybody can say goodbye.
Okay. See you
Bye,
later.
Jeannie. Bye, Gary. See you, Mitch.
Thanks, Barry. Good to see you, Gary, Barry, and Gary, and Jeannie, and everybody's name ends with E, but call me Mitchy. There you go. That's what my grandfather used to call me, Mitchy. Mitchy boy. Shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, thanks everybody. CB Carmack and Spanky says bye all. Rick says alcohol is disgusting. Words to live by. Thank you, Rick, for that thought. Sandy Blythe, good night to you. Peter, good to see you. Mike from Canada, good to see you. Furrow, Grandma's here. Good to see you. Hey, Donna Ray, didn't see you before. Bacon Runner, good to see you. And good night, Lori. Good night, sweetie. Take care. Lambs, take care. And DS111, you take care as well. And my mouse just quit. So we will go over here and I will try to make a mouse adjustment so I can end the stream. It would be very, very, very nice to be able to end the stream. Without a mouse, I couldn't do that. So here we are. Unbelievable. Why it does that sometimes in the stream, I'll never know. All right, music's going to end. See you tomorrow morning, everybody. Until then, take the rest of the day off, as late as it is, and eat meat.